You ever find yourself digging through a huge email thread or some messy document just trying to find one single phone number? It feels like it should be easy, right? But it's actually a surprisingly tough problem. We're going to break down exactly why that is and what you can do about it. Welcome to MiniWebTool. I mean, let's be real, we've all been there. You know there's a key contact number buried in a long chain of emails where you're trying to pull together a client list from a bunch of different files. You start scrolling and scrolling, and that little voice in your head starts asking, did I already pass it? Am I going crazy? It's just a massive waste of time and energy. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with the big picture, the unstructured data problem, then we'll get into the weeds and look at the surprisingly complex anatomy of a phone number. After that, we'll see exactly why searching by hand is a losing game, introduce the one-click solution, and finally, talk about getting your time back. All right, first up, let's dig into the real root of this whole headache. Because this isn't just about searching, it's a data problem. We're talking about unstructured data. So what is unstructured data? Honestly, it's pretty much everything. It's the text in your emails, the words in that report, the paragraphs you read on a website. There are no neat rows or columns. It's just text. And that's what makes pulling out specific bits of info so incredibly hard. And this really shows you the difference. Over on the left, you've got structured data. Think of a perfect spreadsheet. Everything has a home. It's organized. It's easy to search. But on the right, that's the real world for most of us, a jumble of text. And our mission is to pull that one valuable needle out of that giant, messy haystack. Okay, so we've established the haystack is messy, but what about the needle itself? You'd think a phone number is simple, but as we're about to see, its anatomy is surprisingly complex. To you and me, these all look like the exact same phone number. But to a computer doing a basic search, these are three totally different things. One uses dashes, one uses dots, and one uses spaces. A simple find command can't see them as the same thing. And believe me, we're just getting started. Now, let's throw in some parentheses, for the area code. Sometimes there's a space after it, sometimes there isn't. Sometimes it's paired with dashes, other times with dots. We humans just write things down however we feel, and that creativity is a total nightmare for a simple search function. And it just keeps going. You've got people who just type out all 10 digits with nothing in between. Or what about local numbers that don't even have an area code? How is a simple search supposed to know that all of these are phone numbers? It can't. And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, we go international. All of a sudden, you've got country codes, plus signs, and completely different ways of spacing the numbers. A number from the UK looks nothing like a number from Germany. The number of possible patterns just exploded. So with all of that complexity on the table, it's pretty clear why our usual tricks just fall flat. Let's talk about the limits of just using our eyes and that good old Ctrl+F. And here's the absolute key. When you hit Ctrl+F, you're looking for an exact match. But you can't just type in phone number. You have to look for a pattern. And as we just saw, that pattern changes constantly. Are you going to search for a dash, a dot, parentheses? You'd have to do dozens of different searches, and you'd still miss some. And this is what happens when you try. It's just not a good use of your time. It is painfully slow. Your accuracy is going to be low because it's so easy to miss one or copy it down wrong. And the amount of effort it takes, it's just draining. But wait, there's one last problem, and it might be the trickiest of all. How do you stop your search from finding things that look like phone numbers but aren't? We're talking about false positives. This is such a great example of the problem. How does a search tool know that the number after order number isn't a phone number, or that a string of numbers with dots is actually an IP address? It all comes down to context, and a simple search has zero understanding of context. Okay, I think we've all agreed the problem is huge. It's messy, it's complicated, and doing it by hand is a disaster. So now, let's talk about the solution, the way you get all the power to solve this with none of the complexity. This is where you bring in a tool that was built for this one specific job. The phone number extractor from MiniWebTool was designed from the ground up to understand every single one of these challenges we've just gone through. Its only mission is to find phone numbers and do it perfectly. And you don't have to be a tech genius to use it. The whole process is this simple. You copy all that messy, unstructured text, the whole email, the whole document, you paste it into the tool, and you click one button. That's it. And look at the difference. It's night and day. A task that could take you hours by hand is done in seconds. Where you're bound to make a few mistakes, the tool is 100% accurate. It knows all those crazy variations we talked about, and it's smart enough to ignore false positives. It's not even a fair fight. So let's wrap this up and talk about what this really means for you. Because this isn't just about finding numbers. It's about reclaiming your time for stuff that actually matters. So, what have we learned? Well, first, all that messy text out there is full of valuable stuff. Second, something as basic as a phone number is way more complicated than it looks. Third, trying to do this manually is just asking for a headache. And finally, automation isn't just a nice to have, it's the only way to get this done right. And that's really the bottom line here. Stop wasting your brain power on digital busy work. Stop scrolling and scanning. Let a simple, smart tool deal with the mess so you can focus on what you're actually trying to achieve. Want to see for yourself how easy this is? Just go and search for MiniWebTool phone number extractor. You can use the free tool right now and turn that mountain of text into a clean list of numbers instantly. And for more awesome tools that are designed to solve these kinds of annoying problems and save you a ton of time, make sure you subscribe to MiniWebTool.